Hello YouTubers, this is Travis. Welcome back to the channel. I have another draft for you today, but it's a little bit different. This one is the Sweatsuit Invitational for the week. If you're not familiar with that, this is a draft tournament organized by Hunter Pence and friends, where 32 drafters get together. They draft on the MTGA draft app and then have a giant funnel to see who can win. It's a big tournament. It's every week, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. I live stream it. So do a lot of people. MTG Nerd Girl is usually there. Hunter Pence is streaming it himself. Ben Stark usually participates. Kenji has been in it a lot. It's a good fun time. I don't always post these to the YouTube because sometimes the drafts can get interrupted and sometimes the games are a little lopsided, but I felt like this was a particularly good draft. It went a direction I don't often go, and we got to see some real high-level gameplay. So I thought this would be a fun one to share with you guys and gals. I hope that you'll enjoy today's draft and that you'll subscribe to this YouTube channel because cool kids subscribe to the channel. All right, enjoy. All right, what a rare to open. We've got Audric Blood Cursed. That is great news about the vaccine cell Keith. I'm not unhappy to start with a Rending Flame, which I think is what I'm going to take. I'm just kind of thinking through this and making sure I'm not missing anything. I don't really care about the Raconteur. I do like the Belligerent Guest a lot, but Rending Flame's good and splashable. It makes me pretty happy. I don't know most of the people at the table, aside from Icky and Isaiah, and I know they're pretty decent drafters. But and Harrison. I've played with Harrison before. Oh, and Tandy. Okay, I do know this table. Never mind. I'm playing with good drafters. No, but I might wheel a Belligerent Guest. Like, most of what could come back would be blue or green. Or, excuse me, red or green. If this pack comes back without any red or green in it, we get the hell out of red and green. That means the whole table's in it, right? It's a Luigi board. A Lumbernaut. A Fierce Retribution. Which I think is the best card in the pack by like 5 miles. I don't know where we're going yet. Just take the best card. Something will develop. Yeah, imagine everybody here is good players. I just like, sometimes I'll see names in here and not know if they're here because they're good constructed players or good drafters. It's a little too early to say if we're winning or not, Siebes, but I'm planning on it. So maybe it's more accurate to say we're going to be winning. That is a Restless Bloodseeker. It's a great way to win a game right there. Why wouldn't we just take it? I think it would. Guess we're more doing things. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but this card is bananas. Like patently bananas. I'm taking every single copy of it that I see. I will not be passing any Falcon Wrath Celebrants. This is better than the Traveler. Like, with this and the Rending Flame, I'm basically ready to say we're red. I also, like, There's some additional considerations here if we want to go a little bit deeper. There's no red card in this pack, and I'm at a table of people who are going to try to read draft signals. And I'm communicating to Sultan, Harrison, Icky, and Rain, stay the heck out of my red cards. Okay. Green red, you say? I could green red. Kenny G really knocked it out of the park on this one, huh? I think we just grab red 2-drop. Like I'm in red. We're gonna do that. I don't know exactly what else we're doing. I've got a finger in a bunch of pies here. But I know that between the Celebrants and the We're Ending Flame, I want it to be this. But it could quite happily be red-white, red-black, red-green, don't care. I'm a little chilly. I'll put on my old man shawl, which is an Afghan my mother knitted, crocheted for me. I mean, this pack sucks for everybody, not just me, right? Like, no one's getting this and going, yeah. No, we have one Celebrants. Badly. I think I'm taking Sure Strike, and it's not because Sure Strike is amazing or a card that I'm happy 9th picking. It's because I really want to continue this message of you should not be taking red cards right now. Also, decent possibility I play it, but... All right, the Desperate Farmer may be the best card here. But maybe there's a chance. Okay, this was our original pack where we said we would like to see a lot of stuff come back in red and green, and we didn't. This means we really need to figure out what's open and play that. I'm quite happy to play Audric in a red-white deck for what it's worth. There was so much green in that pack, I have to believe we're just out of green. I think that'd be a huge mistake. Audric's not a bad card, it's just a disappointing rare. Like, if this was an uncommon, no one would think it was bad. Change it to Hungry Hungry Vampire and make it an uncommon. Everybody'd be like, yeah, it's pretty good, you know, it's a 3/3 that you can cast on your red-white decks, and sometimes you make a blood token. And we'd all be picking it and playing it and pretty happy. This guy sucks, but I may have to run it to get the playables. So I still don't quite know what I'm doing other than red. Probably not this, but I guess I'd rather have access to it than not. Just gonna hack that up too. I just need to see if white or black is gonna offer me more to go with my red, and hopefully pick up 2 more Celebrants and we're good. Can't think of a reason I would get into green. But if it happens, I've got that and another green card, so why not? I thought that was Olivia's attendance for a minute, and I started to get really excited. But then it wasn't, and I got much less excited. White's offering me removal, and I don't actually think there's anybody in red-white. Wedding sec? Wedding security? I like that. I like that pick a lot. I was trying to decide if I wanted to be thinking about the retribution or the imprisonment, but I've already got one. And this gives us a solid reason to be in either of these colors. So whichever one's actually open, I'll make the decision here in a minute and play that. There's also a bizarre world where we end up black-white. But I like that pick. I'm not going to see another one of these, and I can imagine getting past some other removal spells. That Scorpion ain't bad. I'm not really going to play a Griff Rider in most decks. I don't like the card. This is tough for me between the Singer and the Celebrants. But honestly, the Celebrants does the same thing the Singer does. It's a creature that draws you 2 cards. I don't know why I would want the Singer for that. I'd rather just take the Celebrants. That's a Celebrant you got to jump through a lot of hoops for. I'd love to get this direction settled here in a minute. Also removal? Nope, it isn't. These white cards are starting to offer us too much for me to continue to ignore them. Like, if you're thinking you can block and trade with stuff with a Scorpion, you can do that with all of your creatures. If I could trade this in for the other Fierce Retribution, I think I would, but I think it was reasonable to spec on. But I think we're going to end up red-white. Unless... What are y'all doing? How short playables am I if I'm doing this? Pretty freaking short. I can't realistically take this Wolf Strike. And yet, I think I'm going to. Like, that's literally the first signal we've seen. All right, so I could just take the Retribution. That would get us here. I could also take this and just try to play Naya Things. I do not like jumping through all of these hoops. but I may just have a table of people who don't know that Wolf Strike is good. It's exactly what I have. Okay, I can work with that. This is a reasonable finisher for a red-white deck. I would be happy with the Sundown Pass too, but I'm going to need to hit playables from here. I also really need to focus on 2 drops in the last pack. Our removal suite's pretty good, and I've got a decent combat trick. But I'm pretty short playables because we weren't sure exactly where we were going for a while. Militia Rallier's fine with this. Like I said, I need to get the 2 drops, but that's kind of the thing this color pair is the best at. I should be able to find them. And maybe I'd start playing a Grip Rider here. Fair enough. I just overall don't love the card. Lacerate Flesh is fine. I mean, a little better than fine. Like, we could probably play a Dawnheart Geist. But I feel like I've got a decent removal suite now. Pretty happy going into the last pack, just being like, let's pick a couple creatures. Oh, I don't think I can switch to another color, though. Play the Devils. Those are fine. It's probably all the 5 drops I need. Like this slot I need probably 4 more 2 drops, but I do feel like that's probably the easiest thing to find. There's a ton of good ones in red and white. It's kind of dumb to shove a bunch of card draw in an aggro color pair. That should play out well for us. Piercing Light's kind of filling a 2-drop role if I need it to. I'd imagine we want to be more aggressive than defensive because I don't have anything really to win a long game with, but you can also just kill bombs, win that way. We even get a sideboard card. That's nice. Still need about 8 playables unless we want to run a Bloody Betrayal, which I may end up doing. I can't really take another 5, although I'd certainly play that, but the Shield Breaker can certainly hold here. Or Shield Basher. And there's a Griff Rider. Alright, so literally just like a couple more 2 drops. And we got us a plan. Hex, yeah. We're in the right color pair. We got Valorous Stance versus a Braid versus the Raconteur. I think this is just Stance, which again really stinks. I want some 2 drops. I'd love to take this Wolf, but I can't justify taking it over Valorous Stance. There's no way that Wolf wheels either, but now I'm on the lookout for like Vampire Hunters. What I want is about 3 Drogskull Infantries. I don't think I'm going to get that. Which is a shame, because it'd be real nice to just get saved by the bell. Visionary is kind of exactly the droid I'm looking for. I said I was going to take everyone that I saw, and believe me, I really want to take another Falcon Wrath Celebrants, but I don't think even I can justify it now. I have to get 2 drops for this deck. I might wheel the other Audric, frankly, and I would play it. I was looking at all the things it triggers off of, and it's like Menace is one of them. So if we draw it after we've drawn our Celebrants, it's more copies there. Lifelink is another one, and Flying is another one. Like, it's pretty reasonable that we get a blood token off of this if we don't turn 3 it. And turn 3ing it, just having a 3/3 is its own reward. Seeing some good green cards go by, but for us, I think I need to take the Ridge Wolf here. Like, we are desperate for 2 drops. Like, what I'm hoping is I don't have to play Piercing Light. You're going to get that Audric back whether you want it or not. Maybe so. I don't love a Traveling Minister in this deck, but I'm probably going to play one. Because I don't think I can use the Vampire's Vengeance to the fullest of its abilities here. But come on in, little buddy. You mean the 1/2s, Mac? I don't think I'd play them. I can't even really see that card in packs. I just can't put a 1/2 in a deck. For 2. Like, I don't care what it does. I can't do it. So we got us some people here who don't like Curse of Hospitality. You reckon we should show them what you can do with Curse of Hospitality? I'm thinking we do. Thinking we do. I just want to be hospitable. I was going to be happy with the Reckless Impulse for some card draw. And then it got better. Lacerate Flesh. I would like another Lacerate Flesh, but I think I might be more interested in this Cavalry. Really? Have they played with it? And or can they read? I tease. I initially thought that's where it was going to be too. And it's entirely possible that I've just had some good games with it that have kind of made me think it's good where it isn't. I don't really want to be playing this Prisoner. I'd really like another 2-drop. I don't know that I'm going to find one. I don't think I want 2 Sure Strikes, but sure. Like if that Vampire Hunter wheels, I think I'll be pretty happy. If the Audric wheels, I can probably just take it and play it. We're like a creature short of a deck here. I could also just jam the Piercing Light in here and run it. Okay. If I have to, there's a Parish Blade trainee. We could play it. I don't want to play that, but if we have to, I can play it. I'm planning to wheel the Audric and take out the Militia Rallier. Lightning. Wolf. I could see matchups where I'd want to play that over the Griffring Cavalry. Like we could be behind. This deck is not set up well to play from behind. Which may frankly make it perfect for a Parish Blade trainee. What I want to do is kick this Militia Rallier to the curb and take Audric. What I need to do is just take this and say this is my deck and be pretty happy with it. Because this not being able to attack without a friend kind of sucks, but us whiffing out on another 2-drop would suck even more. And that's going to leave us room for our choice of the trainee, a Lightning Wolf, a Prisoner, a main deck Sanctify. I'm not doing. A Bloody Betrayal. A lot of options. Or I could just play another 2-drop. Which I think I'm inclined to do. This looks pretty good to me. I did not take the Audric. It wheeled with a 2-drop, and I felt like that was a little more important for me. Just a moment. We took one Audric, we just didn't take both of them. Yeah, the Vampire Slayer coming back was kind of a big deal. Now, I've got special fancy schmancy card styles for Audric, and I never get to use them. You are not taking that away from me. All right, and we've got to cut the special lands that it puts in the stack for some reason. There's a little bit more maintenance that happens when you're doing these builds. To battle! There we go. Time to battle. I'd rather have a 2, but I can't really complain. I'd always draw a 2. That is somewhat likely to be counterspell. Rather get that countered. So I can always cast it out of the graveyard if I need to, right? All right, let's go to the air. Hello. Life is good in my world, my friend. We're just playing a little tournament magic here. Oh, I remember you, Kobe. Hiya! It's good to see you again, my friend. I may be paying a little bit less attention to chat right now than normal as we are in a limited tournament. But it is very good to see you again. I hope that things are well in your world. We just turned this into a 3-mana Mole Drifter, by the by, and it wasn't that difficult. Like, I'm not saying Audric's busted. I'm just saying cries of Audric is unplayable are somewhat exaggerated. Audric is clearly playable. Yeah, one of my most recent YouTube videos was a draft I did with Dave. But we don't do the podcast anymore, no. All right, I guess we're a little behind. Yeah, exclamation point YouTube will take you there. Plenty of drafts to watch. Like, I'm more or less good just jamming this out, right? I like it too. It's just not rare worthy, right? Not quite ready to attack yet, but we will be very soon. Okay, don't have to. This is basically Maniform Hellkite the deck. If I can beat the Maniform Hellkite, I probably win. Would you feel differently if they'd give him a keyword? I mean, he'd be a different card, so maybe. I'll tell you one thing I don't want to be playing against them is a combat trick. I would really like to not play the Sure Strike. It seems real bad. Seems like you're mostly just asking to get blown out. I've got a lot of ways to deal with the Hellkite, like conceivably, right? We could Lacerate Flesh it. We've got the 2 Fierce Retributions. We've got Rending Flame. We've got a lot of ways to interact with that favorably. I could still play the Sure Strike. I just have to be an adult about when I use it. I'm really about to side into Perish Blade training on the draw, because that seems like a thing I don't want to do. Yet I think it is. That'll work. Yeah, if he'd enter with at least 1 blood, that's something, you know? They got a start that leads to me wanting to go to the air, which I can do. Like, this can't actually attack. So as long as I can keep presenting air damage, they could be in trouble. I'm not a coward. I want to see them cracking a blood token here. Real good news. Guess it's the last card to siphon. Doesn't really matter which one it is, eh? Or like they need a removal spell for that, block the visionary, and then try to get me. That's not gonna do it. All right, we take those. It's good. Round 2, fight. I would take a T. I think that would be good at Wu-Saiing. I would love one, sweetheart. Thank you. It's a keeper. It'd be better with a white source. But we can draw one. Have a good night, Kenny. So much red. That's a lot of colors. Enchantment removal from the size board should be good. This pleases the Travis. Do you ever see paper? You and me are the only people who get that reference. Prove me wrong, chat. What incredibly niche movie are Standard Beat and I talking about? Also, I'm getting ranched here. There you go. Congratulations, VCS. You are a winner. It's a surprisingly good movie. This is nothing to worry about. We got mana screwed. It happens. Kind of bloody obvious what to have. But I still have to do it. Like, if he just doesn't attack with his bat for one turn, he probably kills me. No counterspell one-time dealer? Right. I'm going to try a little bit greedier play to try to get back into this and see exactly what he's got over there. Because my guess is Isaiah took that giant thing equal to the number of lands that you have. And I really don't want to use the Valorous stance to kill a 3/6 when I think I can just 2-for-1 myself and be ahead. This is kind of setting myself up for a 3-for-1, but none of these creatures matter. Like, literally none of them. And he's also had me red for a Sure Strike for 200 years, but, like, whatever. We're just going to kill it. Okay, cool. I guess he's not going to get the 2-for-1. Okay, I am going to have to kill it. Can I get a white source, please? No, not even that. I'm just sitting on this, though. Like, I could try it again, and it's conceivable that it would work. That's what the that's what the Valor stance would be for. He still has me taking 5 though, so we're just dead. No sense showing him anything. I can beat this deck. I can beat the hell out of this deck. This is really good news because there's not much going on over there. There's a ambitious mana base, propensity to flood, and splashed cards that aren't good enough to, like, this is non-premium removal being splashed. I can beat that. I can definitely beat that. Sanctify actually looks great, and Sure Strike looks like a trap. Because we've got at least one enchantment that we want to Sanctify and a potential Blood Fountain. He can think it's premium, but like I should have gotten those Abrades. My deck would love them. I don't think they're looking very good there though. I wonder if I just want to use a Bloody Betrayal. Nah. On the play, I might. That's going to change when we go on the draw again, but this is what I want on the play. I can win this. I can absolutely win this. Let's see how this works for you when I have 2 colors of mana. Look at that, 2 colors of mana and a curve. Chonk. Shonk. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. I love you. I'm gonna win. Sim wife brought me tea. This round's looking pretty good. I might keep this the same. My little skeleton's not very good either. Outside of blue-black. No, Isaiah is good people. I like Isaiah. I'm giving him a little bit of grief. Apparently so, Lyra. Isaiah is 1-0 against me when Simwife doesn't bring me tea, and 0-1 against me when she does, so that might just be what's up. I think I want to keep the Bloody Betrayal. Can work with that. 2 colors of mana. Mighty not. Thank you, sweetheart. What kind of tea is this? I think it's... Do I know what this is? It smells like my winter tea. Is the Winter Wonderland? Good. Thank you. This might get interesting. It's a problem if it flips and I can't stop it from flipping for much longer. I would not say no to a Sanctify or a land. Either would be quite acceptable. kind of not the greatest thing ever, but we can deal. If I can hit another land drop, I think I'm very much in this game. You got me. I can sit for a minute. That's cute. This is us needing to find a flyer, which I believe we can do. It's so much blood. Taking any of these things out just doesn't matter much. I'm going to sit. We got a couple of flyers. I need to draw one. I eventually will. Because I really can't hit lands. And once I have flyers, I can kill him with his own deck. It does make the kill him with flyers thing worse, because now it's have to draw flyer into removal for Bramble Worm, but one step at a time. What's up, Freshwater? We're doing good. I hope that things are going well in your world too. I think it's important to pretend that I have a little bit of action here, not that I just literally ripped through 6 lands in a row. even though that's exactly what I did. We're very fortunate that parasitic grasp was used earlier on something that was relatively inconsequential. It does not seem like a good attack to me. I'm very happy to block that. That must mean he's drawn the recoup something from the graveyard thing. It's not. Maybe just wanted to get rid of some of my menace dudes. We're at 11. He's at 16. He's been through one of my flyers. We're still mostly at a standoff. Still went through 6 lands on blood tokens. That's kind of absurd. Two bramble worms. Interesting. Thinks I'm killing him with damage. I'm not, we're going to mill him out. I still have to get through the other bramble worm, which I will if given the fullness of time. There we go. Everything's finally coming together. Two, four. I mean, he didn't have it last turn. I don't see why I would have it now. He's got 7 cards left. This is not exactly a fast way to do this, but it is a way to do this. Both of you get in there. I don't need to give it flying. The red, white, mill dag, obviously. Graham, thank you very much for the sub, my friend. Go spam some cats for Graham. Much appreciated, friendo. So if I can connect for 4, he's just dead. This is certainly not doing anything later, so I may as well take it now. So we swing here. He can block 4 on the ground. The trample kills him. Your Monster World, Monster Hunter World player. I don't know what that is. So no, I'm not. Was not. The trample functionally kills him. You'll see what I mean. A subscribed GIF. That is Nicol Bolas from the game Magic the Gathering laughing. Here, I'll show you. That's this guy, my avatar. Oh, I have to go next to damage. Sorry. Nice. We take these. All right, little break. We will do stream raiders. But for now, we battle. Whoops-a-daisy. It's all good. I was teasing you a little bit. But I don't think I would put a GIF of someone I wasn't familiar with in my stuff. I suppose I might, though. Who knows? Wouldn't mind a 2 or 3 drop here. I'm not a huge fan of that. Good evening, Aaron. Could we have some lands, please? Not quite good enough. But take them we will. What's the name of the critter? Nergiganti? I'll give him a Google. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. It's worth a Google. John, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for John. Thank you very much, my friend. Would have liked to get one of your lands. The dragon in my subscriber gif is Bolus and me laughing. Me laughing run through a compressor, but still me. I really need to be able to double spell to start keeping pace with this. But I think that means we just lacerate here. It's not like I need the card advantage from the thing. Like, it kind of sucks that that's my one target for Valorous Stance. But, like, I can't realistically sit here trading 7 for 2 very long and think we're going to get ahead. That's a real good sign. Okay, so worst case scenario, I have a block here. Best case scenario, I kind of have 2-ish. Yeah, that works for me. Still gaming. Gonna need to have something else besides that. It's pretty good, but not quite good enough to get him back in. Get them back in. This is getting kind of silly. I mean, it's a good card. It's really trying to carry me. But it is proving difficult. It's a good dream. It's a real good dream. I might be in a very dangerous place. Might be in a mostly dead place. Like the tiniest of chances. Really kind of need to be able to jam both. This is not 4, 5, 6, 7. There's such a tiny chance that this works, but I'm gonna give it a go. That's game. So the plan was to discard one of these end of turn and to have 9 power of haste that they're unaware of coming for them. Because there's a chance they swing team and then sack something to this, and they're low enough that I can actually get through with that. Because remember, it all has trample, right? If they take 2 damage from this, it doesn't actually block anything. But we kind of had a plan to win that game. Even there, we just didn't. Which kind of is what it is. Like, we missed our land drops for forever. We got pretty low down before we hit deep enough, but I conceivably could have still won that game, which is interesting. So Sanctify seems pretty interesting to me. I think probably more so than Sure Strike. We've already seen 2 solid targets. I think I'm pretty happy with the rest of it. Although Piercing Light looks aight, at least. Yeah, it's a solid answer to a Shield Basher, if nothing else. Which may literally be all that we need. I don't think I need my own Shield Basher. I never wanted to draw it. It's mostly just excited to try to kill the Shield Basher with it. Like, they've got a lot of recurring shenanigans in their deck too. That'll work. I wouldn't say it's lovely, but it'll work. Bracket Jank Shank will get you where you're looking to. Will get you where I think you're looking to go. I suppose for varying definitions of lovely. You reckon? Got destroy target attacking creature. So let's just get our value off of this while I can. Yeah, I'm drinking tea, obviously. Oh, it was a hero's downfall. Well, that doesn't mean they don't have the other one too. It means I get one less herp and derp. You got that too? You do, okay. Doing all right so far, Howdy. This is the pod finals. We're down a game. I don't think a 2/2 does anything right now. I'd rather have a flyer or a removal spell for that. How does that work? I mean, it damn near does it, but it doesn't do it, right? Like I jam it, swing team, they block it, take 6. Putting him to 4, it's close. It's real close, but not quite enough. All right. If that's wrath bait, you got me. I will go have the rest of my tea with my wife. Looks like that may be what we're doing. Didn't know about that one. Not being able to draw more lands is nice. But I'll save a sip of tea. Sanctify, huh? Worth holding on to. I can't afford to be discarding any more non-lands, or otherwise we're just going to like heavily flood out. I've gone through most of my blood production. Game ain't over yet. It's just heavily favored for them. Well, heavily. Heavily's a bit much. I don't know that it's heavily favored for them. Say favored. Things could get really bad if they found a way to get back a bunch of their creatures, for example. Because what kind of monster would sideboard against a blood fountain? This kind of monster. Oop. Don't worry about your fountain. I peed in it. Interesting sequencing. Good evening, John. I hope you were past Nanyi this evening. I'm in my pod finals now. I'm killing this. If they pump it, I'm gonna make them pump it first. I want to make them play out a bat and trade it with my Rouge Wolf. I don't look when they have it like that. I think it's cheating. And have decided I would rather not look. It's another non-ideal moment. And yet, here we are. I mean, the person who's won this event the most has never looked at the deck lists. Isn't it me? Yeah. This feels incredibly weird. For both instances, I can at least wait till they declare attackers. But I think I need to Rending Flame this witch. I don't really care about that until I put an enchantment on it or whatever. This doesn't really do anything, but it could be something that we're able to, like, I don't know, attack back with or something. If we all agree to do something, and then one of us doesn't do it, it's not fair to get mad at the person who didn't, right? Their deck was better than it looked. Their deck does not look good to me. Their deck looks like they opened a Wrath and got some flyers. It's fine. They've got a lot of recursion. That's what they've got going for them, is very high synergy pieces. A lot of life gain and courier bats. But I think they've got a Wrath, which is really solid, and then they've got the synergy pieces for their color pair. I never thought, well, I don't think my deck looks amazing either, to be fair. All right, we're getting towards the end of when I can pretend that this is going to get better. I don't think it's going to get better, and I think we're about to get knocked out. Hey, what's up, Andy? Trash Andrew, a man of culture. Thank you, my friend. I hope that things are going well in your world. Happy New Year, my friend. See y'all. We've gotten to our pod finals, but I was unexpectedly wrathed. We did not see that in game 1, and I was certainly not ready for it in game 2. So I think I will be beating a hasty retreat here in a moment. Certainly appears to be the case. We got close, though. The wrath was a bit much. I played a little bit. I have not played much Tarkov. I played a teeny tiny bit. I've basically just been jamming Storybook Brawl a lot. Have you played that yet, Andy? If not, let's do a duo stream where I teach you how to play it. I only got us to -1. I think we're basically fine. GG's to my opponent. That was a good one. That was a good one. Andy, thanks for the resub, dude.
Oh, hey, this thing.
Go spam some cats for Andy. Thank you, bud. Congratulations, John. Not so bad. And as Dave said, it's like that store at the mall. Forever 2-1. We're good to go.
Thank you to Patreons. Paul, Monk, Hero, Joe, Jesse, Jacob, Scott, Trixie Fastizes, Rich, Michael, Brendan, John Waddell. Thank you. Totem.